Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Dan Dawson Show. And I keep telling you, brothers, Black Lives Matter is not for us. That's not our thing. And so, even to prove it, I got two people from different spectrums saying the same thing. I got pastor of NAACP Portland President E.D. Mundane, who went on record saying, it's turning this spectacular moment of a revolution. Now, number one, he's wrong. It's not a revolution. This is not what a revolution looks like. You do nothing, you contribute nothing, you can't form your own society. It's not a revolution. But he's right about the second part. He says, into a spectacle. Because it is a spectacle and it's ridiculous. He's organizer Regina Gray, a BLM organizer, of course, probably a lesbian, because it's funny to me how you strong black men can't even write Black Lives Matter without having to put up the LBGT flag. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. She goes, I believe we need all forms of protest. Protests don't work unless it's disruptive and costs the city money. Now, it's not costing the city money. Understand, the city doesn't have a job. It doesn't make money. It's costing the taxpayers money. Who's a taxpayer? You're a taxpayer. It's costing you money. Anyway, so she continues, we're coming here, we're making noise in people's neighborhoods, we're disrupting people's businesses, we're calling people out of their houses, we're waking them up all at night. Gray said, yes, because that's a real good way to get people to your cause. It sounds really stupid and childish. Dr. Shirley A. Jackson is a Black Studies professor at Portland State University. She feels Mundane's op-ed in the Post is on target. And that's the Oregon Post. If you want to go read that, I recommend you do. It's really a good post. She goes, and I'm going to use the word that many people in the black community are using is that it seems that the movement that originally existed has been hijacked. Jackson said Jackson. Here's the thing. Let me tell you where Jackson's wrong. It was never hijacked. It's always been an LBGT movement. Now, if some of you remember when the LBGT had the, what was it? I forget the name of it. When they had your kids dancing on the laps of transsexuals in the Seattle Public Library and calling it education. And when that happened, something struck me. It's like, why aren't they doing it in the schools? And I thought to myself, because sexual predators aren't allowed near schools. So, that's why they didn't do it there. This is not our movement, don't get mistaken. Also, I want to point you, I just posted it on my Facebook. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please go to my Facebook and check this out. But it's called Black Power versus Black Lives Matter. It started by this New Era Detroit. And he said something that Farrakhan said. And yeah, I do agree with Farrakhan. Oh, let me tell you this funny story. So, the New Era Detroit, and that's at New Era Detroit, fly the red, black, and green flag. So when I was in the military, I was a young private. And I had this big redneck roommate from West Virginia. And he flew the Confederate flag on this side of the room, and I flew the red, black, and green flag on my side of the room. One day we get a inspection by the battalion commander. So he wanted to do the medics first. Actually, I think he did the mechanics first. Then he came up and did the medics, because the mechanics were below us. But you got the same stairwell. So anyway, we were the third room in. He comes into the room, and he looked at, and the guy's name, no shit, was Rittman. So he looks at Rittman's flag. We had wall lockers dividing the room. He comes over, he looks at my flag, and he stands there at the wall lockers, like this, right? And he looks back at my flag, looks at Rittman's flag, and he goes, do you two have any troubles in here? And Rittman goes, no, this is my favorite drinking buddy. We go out every weekend, which is true. We did actually. We were in Hawaii, Schofield Barracks. So we did go out every weekend. But I don't know who this guy is, but at New Era Detroit, and if you want, look up Tommy Guns. He's the one that posted this. And he's saying the same thing Farrakhan did. Our number one enemy in the black community is drug dealers, gangbangers. These people who kill our own, put their hands on our kids and our women. They're the number one enemy. And like I said, if you're watching this on YouTube, go check it out on my Facebook. If you're watching this on Facebook, check out my YouTube for content you can't get on there. Also, stay tuned. I'm launching a podcast. It's going to be very interesting. Basically, it's me and one of my buddies sitting around drinking, talking shit. So, thank you. Appreciate you all. Kill the recording.